and welcome Grand Rapids. Thank you for joining us this evening for NewsFlash. I'm your anchor, Fiona.
And I'm your other anchor, Sean, and we're a little hot right now, JB, if you just want to bring us both down just a smidge, volume-wise. Because you guys are also a little hot because you were thawing those turkeys outside on your windowsill, and now we're storing everything outside just to save on freezer space. So, quick churn in temperature out there. We've got the local, national, and world stories that you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash, ding dong. Our top story tonight. Due to the holiday, the political news cycle was a little slow this week. Trump presumably too busy eating his traditional McFeast to announce any more cabinet picks. But surprise, surprise, Biden had to go and drop a Cyber Monday special for everybody. That's right. Good news, Biden's finally doing something about nonviolent drug offenders. Bad news, your uncle will never shut up about this. So he's pardoning an extra turkey this year. In Biden's defense, he cited political pressure as the reason for pardoning his son Hunter on multiple felony gun and tax convictions. And as we all know, Biden never caves to political pressure, except when he does, and it's always at the most inconvenient time.
Two tax preparers from Moscow, Tennessee, were busted after embezzling over $65 million from COVID relief government funds through their business R&B Tax Express. Because in Moscow, Tennessee, taxes file you. And you don't mess with the government's money unless, of course, you're in the government yourself. If convicted of all charges, they could be facing up to a combined 747 years in prison.
You know, I would have expected them to use a 747 to get away, not to go away for 747.
Of course. That was a good one.
No, I tell you, it's okay.
Of course, the wildest part is how women's accomplishments are always blatantly disrespected in the media. They're still just calling these women tax professionals. They need to put some respect on their name. They're professional embezzlers.
At this point, the best option that they have to get out of this is run for president. They'll have all their charges dropped if they win. I mean, after 750 years, they'll still be younger than Biden or Trump.
Meanwhile, a Corewell Health employee has pleaded guilty to embezzling almost $693,000 in medical supplies over the past 6 years. Most of the money was earned by selling bone grafts to unknown buyers. But we have an idea of where some of those were going.
I've seen a lot of those lately. It's too much, too suspicious. U.S. Customs stopped over 3,000 fake Gibson electric guitars from entering the company from Asia at the LA Long Beach seaport last week. Officials say if the guitars had been authentic, they would have been worth $18 million. But the real value is closer to about 100 free drinks and a carton of smokes. But just wait, when you thought you might not get away with any more political stories, apparently Gibson has been dealing with a lot of copycats recently. They had to send a cease and desist order to the company responsible for Trump guitars, an officially endorsed brand of electric and acoustic guitars which feature limited and signed editions priced upwards of 10 grand, but are likely manufactured in China, so 200 free drinks and 2 cartons of cigarettes. We may never know for sure what the damage here was, but the one thing is for certain, hundreds of families have been spared being forced to listen to their teenager play the intro to Stairway to Heaven 100 times.
While J.K. Rowling continues to tarnish the let's start that over again, shall we? Yeah. While J.K. Rowling continues to tarnish the reputation of her beloved Harry Potter franchise with her transphobia, the rest of the wizarding world has mostly managed to keep their metaphorical wands clean. Until now, that is. Rupert Grint, almost exclusively known for portraying Ron Weasley in the film adaptations, has been forced to pay roughly £1.8 million in unpaid taxes, or about $2.3 million, or roughly 30 million Bernie Bott's every flavored beans. UK tax authorities said the discrepancy was most likely due to Hermione simply refusing to do his taxes for the past couple years. Looks like somebody's gonna have to take a few trips to Gringotts. Good luck weaseling your way out of this one, Ron.
Harry, Harry. That's my impression. That's scabbers. As the MAGA crowd loves to remind us, the economy is in a little rough shape. The ripple effects are manifesting in unusual ways. The website datingnews.com conducted a very official survey of 3,000 men for their top picks for a casual first date. The top choice might surprise you if you weren't already able to predict that any answer to this question is going to be very depressing by design. With a 16% majority, Chick-fil-A was the go-to choice. That's 480 individuals willing to take the most underwhelming survey ever. So as long as it's a date between straight cis men and women only, apparently. This means it was, yep, thank you. It's a little delay on that. What is it? My pleasure. This means it was the top choice for over 30 states, including Michigan. Come on, Michiganders, you can do better. Be a man and spring for something more local, like Leo's Coney Dog, or at least a Hot and Ready. Although maybe that's more appropriate for a third date. Who knows? Thank you.
Carnival cruises have officially banned upside-down pineapples. No, that's not a change to the buffet menu, but rather an end to the not-so-secret sign that swingers are ready to swap partners. Carnival has stated that unauthorized decorations featuring the polyamorous Polynesian fruit will be removed from their ships, as they can lead to confusing situations such as, why is my wife eating unlimited shrimp in our neighboring cabin? In light of this information, we recommend simply hanging a sign on your cabin door that says, down to fruit, complete with your list of kinks. Clear and concise.
Yep. The Notre Dame Cathedral will be reopening this month, showcasing renovations made after the catastrophic fire that closed it 5 years ago. One of the improvements by the church has been upgrading the seating to those super nice recliners from the cool movie theaters. Also, all of the Bibles in the building will now have Wi-Fi capability, and the cross has a QR code you can scan to donate directly to the church. And in lieu of having an authentic hunchback for charging tourists for a meet and greet, they have settled for the next best thing. Sean Astin as his character from Rudy. Notre Dame, Notre Dame, what's the difference?
Ticketmaster offered a huge Black Friday sale. The discounts were so huge it was almost as cheap as buying tickets without Ticketmaster.
In other entertainment news, Dolly Parton's new album hit #1 for surprisingly only the second time in her long career, and it's only technically on the bluegrass charts. That just doesn't seem right, y'all. Poor Dolly can't seem to catch a break. She writes I Will Always Love You. Most people assume that Whitney wrote it. I mean, maybe she should go ahead and pull a Kendrick Lamar and just release a whole album of diss tracks against Jolene. She not like us. Thanks. Okay.
Elton John has announced that an eye infection has left him unable to see for the past 6 months, which is why his sunglasses have been getting bigger and bigger. I guess he finally has an excuse when he sings, he can't remember if your eyes are green or if they're blue, but why does he spend a whole dang verse on it?
Man. Speed it up here, Elton. Okay, finally in NewsFlash, orcas are back in the news! Yeah! Yes, apparently the mischievous aquatic mammals are also fashionistas, and nostalgic ones at that. They've gone all the way back to a dormant trend from 1987, wearing salmon on their heads. This is true. This is apparently a thing. They're apparently just in time, hoping that this fashion statement is just as effective as the landlubber equivalent from the first Trump administration. One more. There we go. If not more so. We got there. We got there eventually. Worth it. Worth it. In